that, oh my God, that put us to over 90. All right, I should slow down a little bit.
Boys, bad boys, what you gonna do?
It's so smooth that it's okay, so
Like you don't even notice.
Yeah, so similar to my car, very easy to speed. Hey guys, Ellie in Space here. I'm at Leif Johnson Ford, family owned and operated for over 60 years, and they're kind enough today to let me take a test drive of the Mach-E. As many of you know, I just got my Model 3 over there, but this is a pretty comparable car, so maybe a little bit more comparable to the Model Y, but we're gonna give it a shot and see how it drives. Okay, so first impressions, I'm gonna guess this is the charge port.
Yeah.
So it's in the front. So, you know, I have open butthole on my car.
What?
Hey Tesla, open butthole. Literally as a command, you can say Tesla open butthole and it'll open the charge port, but it's on the back. So I'm noticing right away that the charge port is in a different location. The rims are obviously different. And another thing that I noticed about the Mach-E is that the handle for the door is also different. Tesla's handles are kind of confusing to some people for the first time they're pushed in. This one is a little push button, and then you have this little toggle. I will admit, I think that this thing is not my favorite. I kind of think it looks a little bit tacky. It'd be cool if it could like go back into the body panel, but whatever, here we are. So, and this is actually also in the door. If you've never been in the interior here, this is how you pop the door open. So it also has another little handle. Really nice steering wheel. The infotainment center is vertical, much like what you'd see in a Model S. My Model 3 has a horizontal screen, and it doesn't have a button incorporated into it like this one does. But let's take it for a spin. So as we can see, I have a push to start, which I don't have in my Tesla. Apparently you can hook up this car to your phone. So much like with my Tesla, when I walk up to my car, it knows that I'm there and it turns on. There's also a little physical key if you want to use that, but this one's a little different with the power start. Of course, let me turn it off again. And when I start it up, it's quiet until the AC hits, and it's still quiet. So yeah, I've never driven this. I guess that we have this little dial. So with the Tesla, I have a gear selector up here, but with the Mach-E, we have the dial, and we are gonna go. So I'm curious to see, you know, I've been driving my Tesla now for almost 2 weeks. It's extremely fast. She's just beautiful. Like, this is a sick color, but like my color, I'm sorry, it's way better. But I'm curious to see how smooth this is, how the acceleration is. So let's see how we do. We'll try to get it on a straightaway and gun it. But so far it's pretty smooth. It's definitely quiet. And I did some research before this video. This is a little bit more expensive than the standard base Model 3. So the MSRP on this is a little bit higher, right?
62,000. Yep.
Oh, way high. This is 60.
This
No,
is-
but I was talking about like the entry level Mach-E. They're in the 40s.
This one is the highest one.
I'm
This
going,
is,
yeah. Okay, so we're in a nice one, but like I'm going for just like entry level standard for both of them. Tesla's a little bit cheaper.
Oh, absolutely.
So since this is more expensive, like it better be nicer. In theory. This is interesting. It has some cloth trim. I actually think that doesn't look as fancy, but we'll see how it drives. It of course does not have full self-driving. Now I know that full self-driving with Tesla is in the beta phase. Let's see. Okay, so that was pretty good. That was pretty good. I feel like, I guess I have to look at what the speed was. It's actually a little bit hard to read. So like when I'm sitting up straight, I can't really see the speedometer that well. So that felt pretty smooth. I feel like my Tesla feels slightly faster on the get up and go. I could be wrong. I mean, I have 2 passengers in the car. How did that feel?
My neck.
My neck.
I didn't expect it to just gun it, so I'm like, but it feels pretty good. Like,
Yeah.
I guess we have to, you know, see the Tesla too.
Okay, so it's definitely, wow, it's loud. Why is it loud?
So I'm pretty sure right now it's in the like unbridled mode, which you can hear like the motors more. versus it being like in the whisper mode, which conserves the most battery.
Yeah.
So unbridled mode is
We're ripping, dude.
That's what gives you the most.
It feels more like a car, like an ICE vehicle, right? Like I feel like I'm in like a muscle car. So if you're looking for that, but you still want to go EV, this might be a better fit.
That's funny you mentioned that, because Ford was like, they were like super big on, it's not just a Mach-E, it is a Mustang. So they really wanted to stick to that Mustang heritage of it being a performance vehicle. So just like you have the EcoBoost, if you're like want to be more conservative on fuel, they have the GT version and they have the standard version of the Mach-E as well. But down to its core, they wanted the Mach-E to stick with that Mustang heritage.
Right, and I've never driven a Mustang, so this is interesting. So at first, with my Tesla, when you switch lanes, it pops up a little camera so that you don't even have to like turn your head. And at first I had trouble getting used to that, but now I'm used to it. So with this car, we don't have that, which is unfortunate. But let's see, let's make sure is that a cop? I don't think that's a cop. So like, it's still a pretty good little launch, even though we're already like at speed. Oh my God, that put us to over 90. All right, I should slow down a little bit. It's so smooth that it's okay. So
like you don't even notice.
Yeah, so similar to my car, very easy to speed. Very easy to speed. Let's see how would you put on cruise control? Oh, set. Cruise, set. So here we are set at 76. I can't let go of it because again, not a Tesla. But yeah, no, it's nice. It's nice. Do I think? Well, you said that this was the more expensive one. I mean, it's definitely nice, but I'm still glad I went with my Tesla. But you know what? Some people just don't like Elon Musk and don't want to support Tesla at all. So, at the end of the day, I like that we're seeing so many companies offer electric vehicles, and that makes it easier for mass adoption. So this is something that I would definitely care about, is how is the sound system? I'm driving a lot and I want to make sure that it sounds good. So let's check out Radio Margaritaville.
How does it sound to you?
You're gonna be mad, but I still think my sound system's way superior.
Is it more bass?
More bass.
Okay.
I feel more
bass.
bass. So
more
maybe
bass
this
and more
is
mid?
maybe this is turned down, but so checking out the sound system, I think mine reigns superior. It definitely has more of a bass and just, I don't know, more intense sound. So this is a nice car, but I would say it's overpriced. I'm not sure how many federal tax incentives. I know with mine, I'm gonna get a $7,500 federal tax credit. I'm not sure how many you can add up on this one to make it cheaper, but at least this model is, over $60,000, and I would take my Tesla any day. So, but again, Tesla's not for everyone, and if this is gonna encourage more people to adopt EVs and drive EVs, I think this is a great option. And I like that, at least for the people that really like to still feel like they're driving a loud car, this is that. They can do that with this vehicle. So it's definitely nice. What about you guys? Leave a comment. Have you ever driven a Mach-E? Have you had interest in the Mach-E? Let me know in the comments. How do you think this stacks up against Tesla? So how about this? I'm glad that I'm not leaving this test drive feeling like, man, I wish I had this car. Again, it's a nice car, but I'm really glad that I picked the car that I did, that I have the beautiful wrap that I have. Thank you, All Set. Thank you, Home Team Real Estate. And it's, you never want to leave a test drive feeling like, oh, this sucks. Now I have to go back to reality. So I guess that's good. So we got the colorful cars on the lot here.
Absolutely.
My Tesla, the Mach-E that I just drove. I mean, honestly, they look pretty cool together.
Yeah, I didn't realize that the Mach-E is much bigger.
Yeah.
Now that it's next to your Tesla.
Yeah.
I was like, oh wow, that is a lot bigger.
It is.
Or at least it looks bigger.
And it's good to have this comparison, really.
Yeah.
So you were in the test drive with me. Like I said, my conclusion is kind of like this is a nice car. I think it's a bit overpriced, but still a great EV option. So what else did you want to tell me about the Mach-E?
Yeah, so I mean the Mach-E, I think I touched on this on the inside. Ford was really heavy on like it being a Mustang at heart, right?
Yeah.
They didn't really want to separate it from it being like a full-blown EV, and they wanted to keep a lot of the Mustang heritage. And that's why you still have the pony in the front.
Yeah.
The GT emblem is still pretty similar in the back, the 3-bar tail lights.
I like the pony.
Yeah, of course, and it lights. I think this one lights up. I can't remember.
It did, yeah. But
Yeah.
I also like the Tesla.
You got the T in the front.
Yeah.
And then the Mustang. So this one is the GT. It's got pretty much all the bells and whistles on this one. It's 480 horsepower, 634 pound-feet of torque, and it's got a range of, I looked this up, 270 miles.
Okay.
So a range of 270.
Okay.
And you have all the creature comforts with this one, like the heated seats, the power seats, the premium sound system. I sound like such a salesman right now.
How's the front?
But
How's the front?
and I don't even know how to open it.
So here we have a comparison of the frunks, also an EV feature that I didn't even talk about, right? Because we have room for front trunk space in EVs.
That's right.
So comparing it, it looks like actually, so you have more of a lip here in the front. So a lot of your real estate is actually getting cut off by whatever this is. It's definitely like wider, I think. I'm not, actually I think I looked this up. I think it's slightly bigger. But, you know, they look pretty comparable. I have some of my rock climbing gear in here, a Starship shirt. This is my merchandise from the first Starship launch. Pretty cool. I may be biased, but enough to fit my stuff, and all the stuff could fit in here, and then probably some. This is definitely deeper. So, you know, another cool thing about EVs is that you get 2 trunks.
Yeah, definitely that storage space. And I think the biggest one might be the, we didn't open it, but in the Ford Lightning, the frunk on the Lightning that you can actually make a cooler as well because it's got a drain plug in
I
it.
didn't even talk about that.
Yeah, and we've actually done that. We did it at, we had like a movie nights with Ford where we showed like a movie, but we powered the entire operation off of Ford Lightning. So the popcorn machine, the TV screen, it was like an air machine that would keep the screen up, and we powered everything off the Lightning, but then on the front, we had ice and drinks for everybody. It was pretty cool.
What, you know, you're a car guy. What did I miss that people, you think viewers might be curious about the Mach-E? Burning questions.
I don't know, I think you hit everything. You hit all the talking points, especially with an EV. We definitely hit performance.
Yeah.
You were going at the speed of Mach-E earlier.
Oh, yeah.
You were speeding. But basically, I think all the burning questions are usually the same. I know Tesla has the Tesla charging network. We spoke about that.
Yes.
Where you can like kind of plug in your route. You're going to California in a week.
Yes.
And it'll tell you your stops. So Ford has the Blue Oval Charge Network, which does exactly the same thing. I haven't really dug into it since the Tesla and Ford merger, but I'm assuming it's going to be similar, where you plug in your route, it'll give you all the Tesla chargers as well.
How has the interest been with the Mach-E?
So at first, last year definitely we could not. I never saw a Mach-E. Only one person had a Mach-E, and it was somebody who works with us, another employee. She ordered a California Route 1, which is like all-wheel drive and it has the highest range. And that was the only one we had on hand, but every time one would hit the lot, we could never do media on it or do photos because they were just sold.
Seriously,
and
so high demand, wow.
And the Mach-E people who order them, like when they land, they're here. They're like, I'm ready to take it. And the same thing with the Ford Lightning.
Oh my
so
gosh.
So those 2 vehicles, like we just wouldn't see them.
So this is rare that we can even make a video with this.
So the fact that I found this one,
Yeah.
so I walked the lot yesterday, and it was the color that caught my attention. I didn't even realize it was a GT model.
Oh my gosh.
So the color caught my attention. I was like, oh, that one's a GT as well, which is like having a GT Mach-E is really difficult as well. There's one right there, and that's the base model trim level right there.
Oh.
But yeah, having a Mach-E on the lots was like the most impossible thing ever next to the Ford Lightning.
Interesting.
In fact, 1, 2 Ford Lightnings are only here. And one of them is the off-road one that you just saw.
Wow.
Yeah, they were really hard to keep for like the longest time.
So let me know what you guys think. I hope that you enjoyed this video, and thanks again to Leif Johnson Ford for letting me take the Mach-E out for a spin. I'm actually going to be featured in their community carpool as one of the interesting personalities around Austin. So we definitely made a few video collaborations, and pretty soon you'll see a video of me reviewing the Ford Lightning. So hopefully you guys enjoy this content. Don't worry, I have plenty of space content also in the works, and can't wait to see you in the next video. If you like this video, make sure to like it, subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you soon.